San Francisco was buzzing on Saturday night, its energy amplified by the clash of titans at the Laver Cup. What unfolded at the Chase Center wasn't just another tennis match, it was a seismic shift in momentum, a reminder that in sport, legends can stumble, and challengers can rise to the occasion with fearless brilliance. Taylor Fritz, the American powerhouse who had previously fallen short in all 3 of his attempts against Carlos Alcaraz, finally found his breakthrough. And what a breakthrough it was! Under the bright lights and in front of a roaring San Francisco crowd, Fritz dismantled the newly crowned world #1 with a stunning 6-3, 6-2 victory, delivering not only his first win against Alcaraz, but also his first triumph over a reigning ATP world #1. The result left the crowd gasping and sent Team World surging ahead at the Laver Cup. But how did it happen? How did a man who had been thwarted by Alcaraz's brilliance on the biggest stages, Wimbledon, last year's Laver Cup, suddenly turn the tide in such dominant fashion? The answer lies in belief, preparation, and a fearless execution of strategy. From the very first point, Fritz imposed his game like never before. His booming ground strokes anchored him from the baseline, but it was his surprising variety and aggression at the net that left Alcaraz reeling. Fritz won an astonishing 16 of 20 points at the net, closing the match with a forehand volley winner that echoed the style of his vice-captain Patrick Rafter, while drawing the delight of his captain Andre Agassi. Fritz didn't just beat Alcaraz, he suffocated him, never allowing the Spaniard to unleash the full arsenal that has already made him a 6-time Grand Slam champion at just 22. And the setting couldn't have been more dramatic. The Chase Center crowd had already been electrified by the appearance of basketball legend Stephen Curry, who walked onto the court alongside Roger Federer for the coin toss, a moment that merged worlds of greatness, sparking thunderous applause. By the time Fritz stepped onto the court, the energy was boiling over, and the American fed off every cheer, every gasp, every roar. Fritz later admitted that the key was surviving the very first game. In all 3 of his previous battles with Alcaraz, the Spaniard had broken him immediately, setting the tone. This time, Fritz held strong, saving 2 break points in that opening game. Getting out of that first game was huge, Fritz reflected. I just made sure I didn't second guess myself. From there, the floodgates opened, and Alcaraz, usually the one dictating tempo, was the one being chased. For Alcaraz, the loss was jarring. He entered the match riding a 13-match winning streak that stretched back to his Cincinnati Masters title and his historic US Open run, where he claimed his 6th Grand Slam and reclaimed the #1 ranking. Many expected him to continue his unstoppable momentum, perhaps even anchor Team Europe with his trademark intensity and flair. Instead, he was left searching for answers against a Fritz who played the match of his life. Could this be a crack in the armor of the Spaniard many are already calling the heir to Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic? Or was this merely a blip in an otherwise unstoppable rise? Tennis, after all, thrives on these very questions. When the giants falter, the world wonders if a new giant is being born. For Fritz, the victory will be remembered as a career-defining moment, not just for the scoreline, but for the statement it made, that he belongs among the best, that he can topple the untouchable. For Alcaraz, it was a reminder that greatness comes with a target on your back, and challengers are waiting for their chance to strike. The Laver Cup thrives on drama, on the rare opportunity to see the world's finest players not only battle for themselves, but for their team. With Fritz's heroics, Team World extended its lead to 7-3 in the race to 13 points, sending a shockwave through the competition. Earlier victories from Alex de Minaur over Alexander Zverev and Francisco Cerundolo against Holger Rune had already set the tone, but it was Fritz's performance, under the lights, against the reigning #1, that became the night's defining chapter. As the players left the court, the crowd still buzzing from what they had witnessed, one thought lingered. In tennis, the line between dominance and vulnerability is razor thin, and in San Francisco, Taylor Fritz proved that even the brightest stars can be eclipsed, at least for one unforgettable night. The lights burned bright in San Francisco. The Laver Cup stage, where tension and spectacle intertwined, was waiting for a spark. But for Carlos Alcaraz, the newly restored #1 in the world, Saturday night would not be about triumph. It would be about reality, a harsh reminder that even kings can bleed. Coming into the match, Alcaraz carried the weight of brilliance, a 13-match winning streak, a newly minted US Open crown, and the aura of a player many already whisper could be the greatest of all time. Yet across the net stood Taylor Fritz, a man searching not for validation, but for his moment of defiance. And oh, did he find it. With the scoreline reading 6-3, 6-2, Fritz didn't just win, he dismantled. He closed the evening not with luck, but with conviction, pounding away at Alcaraz's defenses, forcing the Spaniard into 19 unforced errors. For the American, it was his first victory over Alcaraz in 4 attempts. For Alcaraz, it was a reminder, greatness isn't invincible, and every legend must endure days where the mountain refuses to move. It wasn't the match that I was expecting, Alcaraz admitted afterward, humility lacing every word. But I think Taylor played great tennis. He was solid, he was aggressive, everything went to his side tonight. But behind those words, there lingered a deeper truth. Was it the weight of being number 1 again that haunted him? Was it the pressure of shouldering Team Europe's hopes after earlier defeats in the day? Alcaraz denied it. The ranking is just a number, he said. It shouldn't give you the pressure that you have to win everything. Still, one couldn't help but wonder, in the silence between games, did the crown feel heavier than usual? Team Europe had trailed 3-5 when their leader stepped onto the court. The narrative begged for a savior. Instead, Fritz tore the script apart, confident at the net, relentless from the baseline, and fueled by a crowd that roared when Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry and the legendary Roger Federer appeared for the coin toss. The American looked like a man destined for his finest hour, and when that final forehand volley sealed the match, Chase Center erupted. For Team World, this wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Fritz had staked his team to a commanding 7-3 lead. Hours later, Alex de Minaur and Alex Michelsen pushed it even further, 9-3, leaving Team Europe rattled and desperate. For Alcaraz, it was more than just a loss. It was the end of a streak that stretched back to Cincinnati, a collapse of the unstoppable rhythm that carried him through summer's biggest stages. He walked off the court not broken, but thoughtful, reflective, searching for answers. And yet, this is Carlos Alcaraz. He doesn't hide from adversity, he feeds on it. With a 61-7 record on the season, he has proven time and again that setbacks are merely preludes to comebacks. His eyes are already set on Sunday night when he faces the dangerous Francisco Cerundolo, the challenge, finding solutions against another heavy hitter, one who thrives in the chaos of aggressive tennis. Alcaraz himself laid it bare. I think the first or second shot of the rally was really important and Taylor did it better than me. In these conditions, it's difficult to turn defense into attack. He was more aggressive. He did better. I ran more than him. That was the key today. So here we stand in the middle of a battle that is bigger than any single match. This is not just about Team Europe versus Team World. This is about the evolution of Carlos Alcaraz. How does a champion respond when stripped of his aura, when outplayed, when the whispers of doubt begin to creep in? Tennis fans must ask themselves, are we witnessing just a stumble or the beginning of a storm that will test Alcaraz's crown like never before? Will Sunday deliver redemption or another brutal reminder that even the brightest stars can dim under the weight of expectation? What is certain is this: the world will be watching.